Katniss, 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 look, Katniss, Katniss, I love you. I love you, Katniss. Shut up, Peeta!
Katniss Everdeen is a new kind of female warrior. In the words of New York Times film critic Manhola Dargis, Katniss is carrying the burden of multiple symbolic identities. She's an athlete, a media celebrity, and a warrior, as well as a sister, a daughter, a loyal friend, and a potential girlfriend. In genre terms, she is a Western hero, an action hero, a romantic heroine, and a tween idol. She is Natty Bumpo, Diana the chaste huntress of classic myth, and also the synthesis of Harry Potter and Bella Swan, the boy who lived and the girl who must choose. Is she more feminine because she nurses Peeta back to health in the arena, or is she more masculine because in the process of taking care of ones she loves, she hunts animals, trades at the hob, and kills whoever threatens them? Katniss took over the role as patriarch for her family when her father was killed in a mining accident at age 11, but she also became her younger sister Prim's mother when their real one was crippled with pain after the death of her husband. Katniss demonstrates that despite the norms of Hollywood, cinema, and popular culture, she is neither distinctly maternalistic nor paternalistic, neither definably feminine nor masculine. She takes care of her family and Peeta, but makes sure they have food by using her incredible archery skills, which is impressive in and of itself, because female leads are so rare, and female leads who can wield a weapon better than most of the men around them is even more rare. Katniss doesn't particularly like people, and doesn't care if people like her. But unlike Bella, who assumes people won't like her because of her lack of self-confidence, Katniss is too busy putting food on the table for her family to care what people think of her. She is sure of who she is as a person, and does not need the validation of others to prove her self-worth. Is love present to progress the plot of the Hunger Games and draw in teen girls who ally themselves with Team Peeta or Team Gale? Or is it present because the idea of a powerful woman, one who kills to survive and inspires revolution, is so preposterous on its own that Suzanne Collins needed to write what she viewed as a humanizing or relatable or even enviable plotline? And yet, Katniss continually rebuffs the advances of her two suitors unless her actions help the people she cares about, i.e. kissing Peeta in the arena to get medicine and food. It's always Peeta and at times Gale chasing after her, never the other way around. Her only moments of being a smitten teen girl occur in front of a camera and with ulterior motives, making her perhaps more powerful than the men who would do anything for her affection. Her focuses are not on the two men pining after her, but instead on figuring out how to live another day. It's as if Collins crafted the stereotypical love triangle in order for Katniss to completely disregard it. That's not to say it doesn't bother her, and it does become an integral part of the plot, but it does not consume the entire series the way it does in Twilight. She is a solitary heroine, to quote film critic A.O. Scott. I have to say that it did not occur to me watching The Hunger Games to think very much about who Katniss's boyfriend should be, he said. Her success is not defined by her relationship with Peeta or Gale. They help her to live, but are not her sole reason for living. As Gale points out,
Katniss will pick whoever she thinks she can't live without.
Katniss is initially offended that Gale would think she's shallow enough to pick a man based on his ability to help her survive, and not who she would be heartbroken to leave, but realizes that this is exactly what she must do because all of her life has been devoted to providing for her family. She hasn't had time to think about herself, and by this point, she might be so conditioned to act logically instead of on emotional impulses that she could never abandon her current way of life. And frankly, volunteering to take her little sister's place in a fight to the death and being made the symbol of a revolution means she probably had a lot more on her mind to think about than which boy she wanted to marry. Katniss exists in a future in which race and gender roles are essentially irrelevant, despite outcry from racist jerks about Rue. Girls look up to her as a role model, and boys see her as the kick-ass teen who brought down a tyrannical government with a bow and arrow. She is far from a two-dimensional character, and writers should take note to start crafting more dynamic protagonists such as her.
And now for another edition of Nate's Nook! It's Nate's Nook! Nate's Nook!
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's for the articles. Now you might have noticed that there are a lot of chicks in this video. And so I'm here to give you the man's perspective on things. Let's start with Bella. As a man, I find Bella to be the most attractive of the three characters we're discussing here today. While most women value self-respect and choose to define themselves in ways that don't involve a man, Bella does not. If you sparkle, ignore her, and throw in occasionally the fact that you're strong enough to kill her, she's yours for eternity. One of the most important ways I rate women is whether or not they would make me a sandwich, if asked. And I feel that if I asked Bella to make me a sandwich, she would most definitely make me that sandwich. And bring me a tall glass of freshly squeezed blood.
Oh, you surprised me again. Katniss Everdeen. I personally don't find Katniss very attractive. Not only is she physically capable of fending for herself, she is also strong-willed and is resourceful. And who would want that? Unlike Peeta, whose only redeeming quality is throwing sacks of flour and getting hurt, I need a woman who knows I wear the pants in the relationship. And also, when it comes to sandwiches, I think that if I asked Katniss to make me a sandwich, not only would I be very unlikely to receive that sandwich, I might also be liable to take an arrow to the knee. Oh, gee dang it, guys, you gotta stop sneaking up on me like that. Okay, last but not least, Hermione. Well, my hair color might indicate that I'm attracted to Hermione. Not really my thing. First off, she's like really smart. And I mean like book smart, not just like folding smart. Or knitting smart. And the magic thing? Why don't you just use that wand to conjure me up a sandwich?
That's it for Nate's Nook. Until next time, men, keep doing what you're doing. Women, who told you you could watch this?